welcome to the Liberating Wood Shop. I've been in this space for a little over 2 years. A little bit about the building. The man that built this building ran a hardware store in here for 20 or 30 years, and when he retired from that business, he divided the building up into a few different spaces and started leasing them out. Early on, this space was a tanning salon, which works out great for me because it has two 200 amp panels and 110 and 220 outlets just all over the place. But it had been a retail space for a really long time, so there was carpet and just a lot of stuff that just didn't work well for me, so I spent 5 or 6 months just gutting the place, rebuilding it as a shop. And so now I'll show you around a little bit. At this end of the shop, I have one of the two doors. Neither one of them is a large roll-up door, which is the one thing about the space that I really don't like, but I make do. So this door here, I don't use very often. I mostly just use it for bringing in wood. This end of the shop is where all of my wood storage is. So here, and then a rack that I built over here. That's basically all of my wood storage. In that corner back there, I have a little bathroom. This table back here is where I do a lot of the finishing. And the far wall down there is the dust collector. And it works out great because it's basically centered on the length of the space. And so I've just got one big long trunk line that runs down the center of the space and then branches out to wherever I need drops for dust collection. Here is a table saw, and then kind of tucked in behind the table saw over there, just out of the way of the capacity of the saw, is my bandsaw. And then a little bit hard to see, but over here in this corner is the drill press. Over there is the miter saw. All right, next up, planer and jointer. Both of these are on mobile bases, so whenever I'm working with longer stock that doesn't fit with this, I can always roll the jointer forward, or I can roll the planer forward out into this passageway, and I can work on fairly long things. You'll also notice as we're going around the tour, I built these wooden panels along the walls, basically all the way around, and then I put French cleat all over most of them, and occasionally I realize that maybe something would be better in a different location, and it's easy to kind of reorganize the shop as I find that I need to. This is my main workbench that I designed it in SketchUp, and then I used my CNC machine to cut out all the parts. The frame of it's all made from plywood that's all laminated together, and then all the work surfaces are made out of MDF. It's basically an MFT style top. It's based on that hole pattern and with a dovetail grid in it, so I can use these sliding dovetail clamps and use 20 millimeter dog accessories for the table, which really comes in handy. So I use this table a lot for working with hand tools and for assembly. And this area is where I do basically all the sanding. So I have a downdraft table that I built, and this is really handy. I do most of the hand sanding or orbital sanding at this location if I can, unless the piece is just too big, because the downdraft table just does a great job of containing the dust. Then I also have this Laguna stationary belt sander, and over here a Powermatic drum sander. Just on the other side of that sander is where my air compressor is, and then I've got some air pipe that runs along this side of the shop, and I have a few different drops. And at the far end I have an extra regulator that takes it down to, I don't know, 20 or 30 PSI. I have a little sprayer that I can run over there in my finish area. One of the huge benefits of moving into this space was I had enough room to put in this CNC machine. So this is an Avid CNC 5x10 work envelope. My spoil board is 5x8. Jay Bates's design was my inspiration for the design for this rolling cabinet that is the controls and storage for the CNC. So all the bits and work holding and just things associated with the CNC are in this cabinet here. And from here I run the CNC machine. Over here is a router table. Over here I have a floor sweep off of the dust collection system. Right over there, that's the door where the video started and we came in through the glass door into the shop. Over on that wall, I've got the majority of my clamp storage. I have a few small clamps that I use more frequently just for small work holding at the workbenches. I keep over there, but the majority of the clamps for glue ups and things are over here. This was my original workbench that I built a number of years ago, and it turned out to be pretty poor. So it served me well for a number of years, but it has sagged in the middle really badly. And so now it's just kind of a storage area. I eat my lunch here. I do work here at this corner. In that corner there's a little storage room, and here is my office. This was originally the office for the hardware store, and it's still in this part of the building. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this short tour of my shop. If you have any questions or comments or saw anything in particular that you'd like to know more information about, just let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you can be notified of any future videos. Thanks again, and bye for now.